Karen Reed's second trial started today with opening statements in the high-profile murder case. The first witness called to the stand is a paramedic who treated John O'Keefe on the night of his death. And to sort through all of today's developments so far, WBZ's Kristina Rex joins us live outside of the Dedham courthouse. Kristina, thank you for being with us.
Yeah, happy to be here, Courtney. It was certainly an interesting morning of opening statements. Two different attorneys giving opening statements. This trial compared to the last trial, Hank Brennan doing that for the Commonwealth and Alan Jackson doing so for the defense. So we're already kind of able to see how this trial will be different than last year's.
This actually takes me right into my first question. You mentioned Hank Brennan, the new prosecutor in the case. Were there any bombshells in his opening statements? Something that made you stop and go, this feels different this time around?
I don't want to use the word bombshells, but there were certainly new pieces of suggested evidence that did make my head turn as somebody who followed this case so closely last year. So a couple of things in particular. Hank Brennan spoke again about the black box data found inside of Karen Reed's SUV, but suggested that it revealed different things than what was discussed at the last trial, saying that Karen Reed allegedly switched her car into neutral before switching it into reverse and reversing over 70 feet. At which point he says she clipped John O'Keefe, sending him backwards to hit his head on the ground. So that was certainly a more detailed and specific description of the way the prosecution believes John O'Keefe died. The one other piece of totally new information that I don't remember being a part of the last trial at all is that it appears as though the prosecution plans to use the data about John O'Keefe's cell phone battery, specifically the temperature of that battery, how it was warm at the moment they say he was hit and got colder and colder and colder throughout the night, which they say proves that as it lay there under his body, that his body was on that front lawn from the moment he was allegedly hit by Karen Reed.
Now, Kristina, we want to go from the prosecution to the defense. Where did you see the defense team today? Because they couldn't claim a third party in opening statements this time around.
Right, and it certainly was a different defense opening statement than we saw during the last trial. During the last trial, David Yannetti's opening statement started with the words, "Karen Reed was framed." This trial, Alan Jackson did the defense's opening statement and focused, I would say, 85 to 90% on what he called a botched and corrupt police investigation, bringing up the name Michael Proctor so many times, also saying there was no collision between Karen Reed's car and John O'Keefe, always tying these allegations back to Michael Proctor. He told the jury that Trooper Michael Proctor is no longer Trooper Michael Proctor, that he's been fired as a result of his behavior in this case, going so far as to even call him a cancer on this case. So in our discussions with our legal analyst over this case, there's been a lot of conversation about which way is the defense going to go. Third-party culprit blaming someone else, or what's known as a Bowden defense, which is really a defense of a botched police investigation. And according to this opening statement, at least, certainly went in the direction of that botched police investigation.
And Kristina, what did we hear from the first witness in the case today as well?
So the first witness was paramedic and firefighter Timothy Nuttall. He's 28 years old. He's a Canton paramedic firefighter. He was a witness at the last trial as well, but he wasn't called first. This time he was called first at trial. He talked about responding to the scene, how he went as a second set of hands, and how, as he says, he was down on his knees helping try to get oxygen to John O'Keefe, that Karen Reed came over and said, as he said, he remembers distinctly 3 times, "I hit him, I hit him, I hit him." That was really the main focus of his testimony. Some dash cam video was shown as well of the moment he says that happened, though you cannot actually hear the audio. You can't hear Karen Reed say those words. He's actually in the middle of being cross-examined right now. We're in a lunch break, but he was in cross-examination from the defense from Alan Jackson before the lunch break, at which point Alan Jackson was really focusing on the fact that during the last trial, firefighter paramedic Nuttall said he heard "I hit him" 2 times, and this time he's saying 3 times. So he was really focusing on inconsistent testimony between a grand jury hearing, between the last trial, and between this trial. Again, he will be back on the stand when this lunch break ends.
Kristina Rex joining us live outside of the Dedham courthouse. Kristina, thank you for always making this digestible, easy for our viewers to understand, breaking it down in everyday terms. You have been with this case from the very beginning, and you'll be covering this story through the very end. Kristina Rex, thank you.